So I made an update to the Amazon Matcher profit calculator system, which is mainly that you don't have to, or you no longer have to, copy and paste the product data from the Instant Data Scraper CSV. Instead, we're going to map it in, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And basically, I'll start off by going to Walmart as an example supplier, and I'll go to departments, and I will go to patio and garden. And when you do this in general, when you use the system, you need to go to a final category page, as I call it, meaning that you don't want to see more subcategories up here. So you have to go very specific. If you want to go to outdoor bench, you do that, and you see there's still more left, and you have 1,000 plus. That's too many. Concrete benches, for instance, you have just 41, right? That's what you want. Okay, now I'm going to scrape it as usual using the Instant Data Scraper Chrome extension. And once I do that, in this case, it's going to give me the titles and the links. Okay, you also get the prices. And everything is in a CSV form. I'm going to download that to the CSV. This CSV is called Walmart 14 because I have like 15 files. So this is Walmart 14, and what I'm going to do is really pay attention to the fact that these are the URLs, these are the titles, and right here, this column are the prices. Alright, and there's a reason why I'm pointing that out. But first of all, actually, let me show you how to actually get the data in here for Walmart. So let's go to File. So first of all, you have to go to the IDS CSV tab. That means Instant Data Scraper CSV. This is where you're going to put it. Click on File, click on Import, Upload. Select from your device. You just downloaded it. It should be in your downloads folder. See this PC downloads, and it should be usually your most recent download if you just scraped it. Walmart 14. You click on Open. So that's the first thing. And actually you have to pick the import location, which is going to be replace current sheet. You're not creating a new sheet. You're putting it right in here. Replace current sheet. Detect automatically. You leave that on. Import data. Right? And of course, once you know how to do it, that's a very, very quick process, super quick process. Alright, and again, pay attention. These are the links, these are the titles, and these are the prices. Now, what you have to do for the supplier is really create a map. Now, I already did the map here, but the way the map works is that you put the supplier's website, walmart.com, and then titles. I'm going to zoom this up so you can see it closely. And then it's saying, well, which column in the IDS CSV is for titles? Well, it's this one, WDX. Which one is for URLs? It's this one, absolute href. Which one is for prices? It's column B that has the prices. Okay? If for some reason, now I do happen to know that with Walmart I have seen a different titles column here before. So if it changes for some reason, or if it ends up to be different on another product page, you can just change it. But I found with the other sites that it doesn't change. But just Walmart. Walmart is a more complex website than a lot of other sites, and so you might sometimes have to change this, but for the most part it stays the same. Alright, so this is your columns map. You can see I did a few websites here. Now I'm going to zoom back out. Now that we have the data inside the system on the CSV for Walmart, and we have the columns map set up for Walmart, what I have to do is select Walmart on this down here, make sure I know that the program knows I'm dealing with Walmart, and then I click on Import Instant Data Scraper CSV, and at that point I just wait. And the data should just pretty much pop in. titles, URLs, as well as prices. Prices take a little longer because the numbers have to be extracted. Now, if you follow the system in my videos, you might remember that in a previous video I taught you that you had to just copy and paste everything, and then you had to remove the word from. You had to use find and replace. You don't have to do any of that with this because it is automatically extracting the number. So it's not just a matter of, oh, I don't have to copy and paste. It's a matter of I don't have to remove words from prices. Okay, so it's doing more than simply just copying the data for you. It is extracting things that don't need to be there. All right. So this is, to me, a pretty big update for the import supplier data process, making it a lot easier. So now I'm going to look at another example site, which is Blames Farm and Fleet. And it's important that I look at this example because I'm going to show you something with this example. For instance, if I go to cleaning supplies and I go to this section, they have 51 results. And the first thing I want to point out is that the names, the titles of the products do not contain the brands. The brands and the names are separate, and that's a very important factor here. And I'm going to show you that when we scrape these with Instant Data Scraper, that the brands are separate from the titles. And I'm going to go ahead and download this to a CSV so I can show you more clearly what's going on here. And you can see these brands in here. Okay, you have these URLs here, and then you can see these titles over here. So these titles not having brands, they're not going to reverse search very well. So I solved this problem by putting an automated combine brands and titles, and I'm going to show you how that works. Now, as far as the map for Farm and Fleet, I have already set that map up for you ahead of time. So basically, titles, the URLs, dollars and cents. That is the other thing I want to point out about Farm and Fleet as to why the update is so necessary. Is look at this. The price, the dollars are separate from the cents. So basically, I had to code it that to take these two columns and combine them. All right, and to put the decimal point in front and whatever is needed. So then it's able to combine the prices. But let me show you how that's all going to work out. So what I'll do is go back to the Instant Data Scraper CSV sheet, IDS CSV sheet, file and import, and upload. And I'm going to upload this most recently scraped Farm and Fleet page, Farm and Fleet 4. As you can see, when you know the process, it's going to be a lot faster. You go to replace current sheet and import data, right? So when I first explained it, I did it very slowly, or a lot slower, but when you know the process, it's going to be really fast. All right, you'll scrape it really fast, file, import really fast. Right away, you can see all the data here, dollars and cents, titles and everything, brands and all that. When you go to the Amazon Matcher, again, you have to select the correct site that you're importing from, which is farmandfleet.com right now, because of the map, right? So it knows which map it's going to use, which is this map, and you're just going to import it, and it's going to do the rest of the work for you, which that work is what I just explained before, which is combining the price, the dollars and cents, copying out the titles, the brands, and all these different things that are separate, and kind of bring them together in the sheet. Now, what I'll do at this point, you can see the prices just popped in. I'm going to combine the brands with the titles because they're not going to reverse search very well to Amazon. Otherwise, so you're going to click on Combine Brands and Titles, and it will simply take these brand names and put them in to the title right at the front of each title, so that now when you reverse search these using Get All Amazon URLs, you have a better chance of having the product successfully matched. Okay. So I'm going to run this again, the Get All Amazon URLs, and basically at this point it's trying to find matches. The main purpose of this video is not the matching part, it was really the importing on how to get data in from different websites. I'll do some more videos where I'm going to be looking at more different sites, trying to match from different sites and to see how the results are coming out. I think part of the benefit of the system is also just going to be investigating more obscure sites that may not show up, for instance, on the OA Genius list of suppliers. OA Genius is a Chrome extension. It's more than a Chrome extension, but part of it is a Chrome extension, Gravity Chrome extension, that can instantly find you profitable products from all these different suppliers, and it works well. So it can scan a product page just like we're kind of doing with Instant Data Scraper, except it's going to give you the profit and all of that right here and tell you which products are profitable. And you can scan Amazon also and reverse search back to the same suppliers. So basically there are certain suppliers that work right with that, but only these suppliers. So the purpose of this system, the way I see it, is that you're going to use this with suppliers who are not on any of these lists. All right, not on this, not available with this sourcing software. All right, so but of course also if you're not going to use, if you don't want to pay for the sourcing software, this is also an option that you can try to help you work with these suppliers in a more manual way, semi-automated way, where there is some ability to match here, but it's not always perfect. I have to admit, the matches are not always going to be perfect since we're relying on titles, but you can get some pretty good matches. You can see this looking at the images. I would say these look like they might match pretty well. We've got an 8 count, a bounty quick size, 4 count equals 8 doubles, but it looks a little like the size might be different, but you can go through and compare them and see if they're the same. But also if you don't get a result, or even if you do get a result that you don't like, you can also use the system in a more manual way, where you just click the Google link, and what it's going to do is whatever title you have in here, it's just going to Google that title, and then you're going to be able to scroll down and see if you find that same product on Amazon. So then you're kind of manually matching the product to Amazon yourself. Alright, so you have that option as well if you want. Okay, you can do some of these manually. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to use the automation alone or at all. If you just want to go more manual with it, it's just up to you. But basically using suppliers or working with suppliers that are a little more obscure will probably be the benefit of this, because chances are those suppliers are not available with sourcing software. You're not able to check those suppliers with sourcing software. Right? Here goes another match, but the sizes seem to be different here. We've got Brony. This is 1 count, but on Amazon I'm seeing 16, a pack of 32 rolls. So sometimes we have that difference. And what I just want you to keep in mind, I'm going to make more videos on this, but I just want you to keep in mind that the results of the auto matching are going to really vary depending on the site that you're doing it from, and even the product page that you're on for that site. There's certain product types, maybe paper towels is one of them, where for some reason the sizes are just often going to be different, right? And maybe it's only at this particular supplier. Maybe paper towel at Walmart, the sizes are the same. I mean, there's so many different possibilities here. So just keep in mind, you might be on a page where most of your matches just aren't going to be the same size, and it just might be because that's just how your supplier is, or that page on your supplier is. So just keep that in mind. Your results can really vary a lot with this, depending on what supplier and the page that you're on. But anyway, overall, if you have comments, questions, or suggestions on the process, mainly importing these products in, or even on the matching, there's also the profit calculation, where if you follow, you know that you can use Keepa. You can upload the ASINs. I demonstrated it in the previous video. You can upload these ASINs and pull in the prices from Keepa, which is then going to allow you to calculate profit. It pulls in the prices and the FBA fees as well. You can set those as well. That's more detail I can do in another video. And then you also have this import XML prices, which works sometimes, but it's not as good as using Keepa, but it's kind of like a substitute that works at least on some of the Amazon links. So you can try that as well if you don't have Keepa, but I can't guarantee you that it's really going to always pull up the price. It has more to do with it just, it's a Google Sheets thing. So as you can see right now, it's not found. Another time, see, now this turned into a price, so that's how it is. It's a little iffy, but it's an option that you can use. But I really suggest uploading the ASINs to Keepa and then importing the Keepa data. That is your most dependable option using the Keepa data features. So anyway, if you have a copy of the system already and you want this update, you can contact me directly. Use the email that you used to get the system, or tell me the email you used to get the system in the first place, and I will send you the update, this updated copy to that email, and you'll have the updated copy, and then you can use that as well. So anyway, it's Mr. Mark, Excel for Amazon. Look forward to hearing from you or seeing you around on the channel.